Hi, my name is Jerome. I heard since the beginning, a lot of you were mentioning that you primarily deal with the IT people. What
We don't.
You don't. See, oh, okay. That was the impression I got from the introductions, that a lot of these projects are being led or implemented by IT people.
I do. So.
Okay.
That's true, that they're typically led by IT. What we do is we actually work with the business users.
Okay.
So we act as kind of a bridge between, but we don't, the IT folks are typically not our primary clients. Our primary clients are the business and the creative users who are actually going to use these tools.
And I'm seeing there's definitely been a shift. Like maybe 5 years ago, it used to be that website redesign was purchased out of the IT budget. But now it's not, that's happening less and less. I'd say probably more than half the time the website redesigns are coming out of the marketing budget and they're driven by marketing. But really one of the best advices I can give to anybody, this person, I forget her name, Jenna, if the content people, when you're doing a website re-implementation WCM, if the content people, the business people can take control, because what will happen is if they don't, if you have the business people and marketing people who are timid and stepping back a little bit and not really taking the reins, then the IT people will just kind of have to do it because they have 10 things on their checklist. This is one of them. They've got to get it done, and they want it out the door so they can move on to the next one. And then after they're done, it's the business people who are going to be left with this system. So from the beginning, those business people, if they can, the best projects, the most successful projects are the one that have the most amount of marketing and business people that are engaged, involved, not just engaged like attending the meetings, but driving and owning the system, because they are going to be owning it after it's built.
Yeah.
What's the problem that you see most between CMOs, marketing and IT?
Right. I was just, as you were talking, as soon as you asked that question, like in a perfect world, but definitely in a world where you're going to see a successful implementation, is marketing is IT's customer, and that's where it works. And so clearly the best one is everyone's singing Kumbaya and everyone's working together. But I get involved very early in the sales cycle, so I work with prospects who come to Sitecore and they say, hey, I'm looking at evaluating different platforms. And we start to engage with them, and you can tell right away. I mean, if it's all marketing, we can't go down that path. We have to have a blend of both. So if that's an issue in the department, or if that's an issue in the organization that you're in, that is something that I think we've all said. That's something that really is important, because at the end of the day, the project will just stop. Mm-hmm. It will just stop, or they'll make the decision that gives you the least amount of servers, and that's where they're going to save money. And marketing doesn't get their ROI; they aren't able to implement the process and the programs that they want to do. And the biggest problem I see when we were talking about this is just that CMO, CTO, all on the same page. At least having buy-in. We don't have to have them in every single meeting, but we need to make sure that we have buy-in from both sides of the house to have so when it moves over to the implementation phase, it's successful. I mean, that's the goal, is to have a successful implementation, a successful campaign moving forward.